Hey there, wonderful parents and caregivers. We are thrilled to introduce you to our brand new kids YouTube channel, Sankofa Stories and Nursery Rhymes, where we bring enchanting stories and delightful rhymes to life, all designed to spark imagination and joy in your little ones. Don't forget to check out our website, sankofastorybooks.com, for more amazing content and resources to support your parenting journey. If you love what we do, consider supporting us through Patreon or buying us a coffee to help us continue creating valuable content for you and your family. Subscribe now and let's raise stars together. Sinbad had become a successful merchant after his first adventure, but he couldn't stop dreaming of visiting the Caribbean islands. Determined to see the islands, he sold his goods and bought trade items, setting off on another voyage. On board his ship, Sinbad met Bala, a friendly but suspicious sailor. Bala shared an exciting tale of a valley filled with gems like diamonds, rubies, and emeralds. The valley, however, was guarded by dangerous creatures. Bala described a clever trick. Throw meat into the valley, wait for eagles to carry the meat with gems stuck to it to their nests, and then collect the treasures. Intrigued but cautious, Sinbad listened carefully. The ship docked on a quiet island. Sinbad, who loved reading, found a shady spot. Bala said he loved to read too. After a while, Sinbad decided to go for a walk. The island was deserted and there wasn't much to see. When he returned from the short walk, he caught Bala rummaging through his satchel. When he confronted Bala, instead of apologizing, Bala decided to attack him. Sinbad tried to escape, but Bala grabbed a large rock and knocked Sinbad unconscious. When Sinbad woke up, the ship had left and he was stranded. Exploring the island, he discovered some giant eggs, bigger eggs than he had ever imagined or seen. Suddenly, the sky darkened as a massive bird swooped down to perch on the eggs. Sinbad quickly hid, realizing the humongous eggs belonged to the giant bird. Sinbad waited till the bird had fallen asleep. He then looked around him and found a rope, which he used to tie himself to one of the bird's giant claws, hoping it would fly him to safety. The next morning, the bird soared high into the sky, flying over beautiful islands, valleys, and hills. Eventually, Sinbad saw that the bird was approaching a valley sparkling with gems. Sinbad was amazed by the diamonds, emeralds, and gold, but the valley was also crawling with serpents, scorpions, and other dangerous creatures. As the bird grabbed a large chunk of meat covered in gems, Sinbad reached out his hands and collected a handful. Realizing Bala's story was true, he started trying to think of a way to free himself before the bird returned to the deserted island to feed its chicks. Unfortunately, Sinbad could not free himself until the bird returned to its eggs. So he waited till the bird fell asleep again, untied himself, and crept out. He quietly gathered fallen gems, filling his pockets. Then he returned to hide behind a tree till the bird left the next morning. Sinbad crept back to the shore, surviving on fruits as he waited for rescue. After several days, he heard a foghorn, and he succeeded in flagging down a ship. The sailors were amazed to see him alive and took him aboard. Sinbad was relieved when they told him they were heading towards his home, but he was careful not to tell them about the gems he had collected or the valley until safely ashore. Back in his hometown, Sinbad paid the sailors with some gems and shared the story of his adventure. Months later, some of the sailors returned with more gems, honoring their promise to share the riches. Sinbad was reminded that, unlike Bala, there were still honorable people in the world. Sinbad's second voyage taught him about trust, adventure, and survival. Despite the dangers, his cleverness and determination turned a perilous journey into a rewarding adventure.